first 100 and a chance to win an overnight stay at Chateau Elan. Get a jump on spring planting Saturday at the Pike Nurseries in Cumming.
Clay Cooper here for Cooper Piano. During our Madness During March truckload sale, save thousands on Steinway, Yamaha, Baldwin, Kawai, and Kanabe. Buy a grand and get a free digital piano. That's Cooper Piano, 85 Access Road South between Claremont and North Druid Hills. Online at cooperpiano.com.
WSB guarantees it. Breaking news, first and accurate. 24 hours a day from the WSB Breaking News Desk and the Southeast's largest news team. News 95.5 and AM 750 WSB. Depend on it.
WSB News Time, 9:38. Back to Smile and Mark McKay and the WSB 24-hour traffic team.
Okay, thank you, Marcy. 285 will be filling fast as this day goes on. As a lot of motorists that both live in the metro Atlanta area or that are from out of town use Atlanta's bypass as an alternate to that closure in northeast Atlanta, the I-85 closure between Georgia 400 and 17th Street. Here's the deal on 285 now. 285 eastbound is jammed, leading 675 up to a crash in the right lane of the WSB jam. 285 eastbound at Flat Shoals Road, starting to loosen the load on the east side perimeter. Still heavy spots, though, from Highway 78 north and westbound towards Sandy Springs. Difficult still on that west side perimeter. 285 northbound, leaving Hollowell Parkway up through I-75 and pointed east into the Georgia 400 region. Still following that red alert out west, Veronica Harrell.
Yes, over in Carroll County, 20 eastbound at Highway 113 as exit 19. That crash cleanup continues. All lanes continue to be shut down. Highway 27, exit 11. You can that's going to be your backup, but you can also take Highway 78 over to 61 as an alternate to help get you around this. And this report brought to you by Ingalls. Ingalls, your headquarters for savings this week. Fresh lean ground chuck, $2.48 a pound. Washington State Fuji apples, $1.28 a pound. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings. Triple team traffic, WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Kurt Mullis with Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast. Near a 9 on the Mullis-meter this afternoon. Breezy at times and mild, high about 74. Lows tonight, 47 to 50. Sunny tomorrow, high 76. Sunday, mostly sunny, a high about 80 and a low around 59.
WSB Storm Tracker radar checks clear at this hour, and it's 58 degrees at 9:40. With news on the hour, the half, and when it breaks. I'm Marcy Williams on Atlanta's exclusive 24-hour news, weather, and traffic station. News 95.5 and AM 750 WSB. Depend on it.
Sure looks good on
Herman Cain
has gone from unknown.
Now he's getting national attention.
But I got a breaking news announcement for you. You are patriots because you're willing to stand up for what you believe in.
It's time to take back our government with real-life solutions. This is the new Herman Cain Show.
Clear?
This is your host, Herman Cain. Thank you for joining us this morning, especially our Atlanta listeners, as you continue to get continuing coverage from the news and traffic team here at WSB 750 AM and 95.5 FM. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I know that a lot of you all are still stuck in traffic, even though you tried to make alternative plans. 404-872-0750 if you want to call us and let us know what your situation is around town. Here on the Herman Cain Show, we're going to be doing this special up until the top of the hour to keep people posted. Unless you've been living in a cave, you know that there was a huge Atlanta fire last night that caused part of I-85 to collapse. I mean collapse, if you haven't seen it. Most of the national news programs have shown that damage. So far, they don't know what caused it, but it was huge enough that it caused a whole section of I-85 going north to drop out. But the state of Georgia acted quickly. The Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, Georgia Department of Public Safety, DPS, and the Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency are all on the case, along with other state officials. They still don't have any indication as to what caused the fire, but just know, folks, I know you know, it's going to tie up traffic in this city for a long, long time. Now, for those of you that may be trying to pass through Atlanta Obviously, the suggestion is go around Atlanta, 285 south, if you're going to be headed south on 75 or 85, or you can go 285 north if you're going to go to some of the western areas. That's how you get around Atlanta. But the weather and traffic team reported earlier today that even those are busier than normal, and that's to be expected. They're busier than normal because of all of the traffic that's being diverted, and rightly so. And one of the other reports that just came out prior to me coming on the air is that they may have to shut down part of the southbound area because of potential damage from the fire. It didn't collapse, but I think they've detected some damage that they may have to shut it down. And so for all of the listeners in the Atlanta area, it's really a few takeaways. Number one, it's going to be this way for quite some time, which means that you're going to have to develop alternate plans going back and forth for quite some time. You can't just replace a whole section of a freeway over the weekend. It doesn't work that fast. So begin to develop your alternate plans. Secondly, some people may even decide to work more days from home if your boss or your company says that you can do that in order to relieve some of the congestion. Maybe that's a possibility for you to consider. Maybe some people hadn't thought of that yet, but that's always a possibility, being able to work from home more days than maybe you normally do in order to, one, keep you from being frustrated with the whole situation, and secondly, ease some of the congestion that is certainly going to be on the highways. The back streets are going to be congested. So obviously one of the things that everybody's going to have to do on a regular basis if you have to go near the downtown area or you work in the downtown area is always leave earlier. Give yourself more time. Now for today, state workers were told to report to work at about 10 o'clock instead of the normal time, whatever it is. But that's not going to continue. You're going to have to make alternate plans in order to be able to get to where you have to work, and as well as make plans if it works for your job. It may not work for everybody's job. If it works for your job, that is, maybe you work more from home. And that's something that people are going to have to consider. 404-872-0750. How is this Atlanta traffic crisis impacting you? What are you doing differently? Maybe you've got some ideas that we haven't thrown out there yet. If so, we'd like to hear about them and share them with the other listeners.
Herman?
Yes.
Some good news to kind of piggyback off of a lot of the things you're talking about. Folks can work from home.
By the way, let me interrupt you. I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce Ashley Frasca, who works in the traffic center, by the way, every day on a regular basis. So thank you, Ashley, for chiming in.
Oh, yeah. I did just want to add, people working from home, that's a positive. It's Friday light anyways. It's the Friday before spring break. So we made it through the morning rush hour really without any major hitches. People are dreading this afternoon, understandably so. But just keep in mind, next week, all of the metro Atlanta counties and city school systems are out for spring break.
Yes.
So that is a sigh of relief that less folks will be on the roads next Monday through Friday. The DOT will have time to have some space, safely investigate, and begin repairs on that stretch of 85 North. And as you did mention, 85 South is going to stay shut down. That comes from the Georgia DOT Commissioner Russell McMurray this morning.
Right.
There was damage there with the fire, so they have to replace those sections of 85 South as
now,
well.
Question.
Sure.
For the southbound, did they have at least one lane open for a while temporarily today?
No,
didn't.
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all this morning. After the fire was put out and after the collapse, there was a short time yesterday evening when they allowed folks along 85 South, but that did not last very long. They
Right.
then shut it back down back at North Druid Hills. So all those closures and alternates are still in place. Police and hero units are going to have their work cut out for them this weekend. Folks are seeing some unusual things as they kind of pass through the area, but please just pack your patience and understand this is to all the Atlanta commuters. there will be folks traveling from the Carolinas, from Tennessee.
Yes.
I've gotten calls this morning, a guy coming from Charlotte and Kentucky. They want to get to Florida for spring break, so they have to use the city. As you mentioned, the 285 bypass, that's the perfect solution, but we as Atlantans need to show our good side. We need to show patience with the folks that are just entering the city really without a clue of what we're dealing with.
Very good. Thanks, Ashley, for that update. And you mentioned that the schools in the metro Atlanta area are out for spring break next week?
Yes, all the metro Atlanta counties and the city school systems. Yeah, that's huge. They're all on spring break at the same time, and it really couldn't have come at a better time.
Wayne, what's happening? Are you stuck in the traffic, or where are you going to get to?
Hello?
Wayne, you're on the Herman Cain Show. Go ahead.
Hey, Herman, how you doing this morning?
Good.
You know, one thing is I was watching that burn last night.
Yes.
Above and below where the section fell,
yes,
you could see cracks in the columns in the substructure.
Okay.
So they're going to have to go back above and below each way and replace sections too. It's not just going to be that one section.
So it's going to take even that's a good point. So it's not just that section that was affected; it's some of the adjacent sections that were also affected. Yeah.
If you go back and look at the video, you can actually see cracks in the columns.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna get all of that. So this just underscores the fact, folks, that it's going to take time. And as Ashley said, Atlantans, pack your patience. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show.
Yep. Thank you.
948 in the Cool Ray Carrier, WSB 24-hour traffic center. Still watching a lot of congestion, of course, around Metro Atlanta, but now we got a new wreck to deal with. Traffic Trooper Brian called this one in. Over on that Interloop 285 northbound, just past Camp Creek Parkway, tractor-trailer wreck. It's over in a left lane, of course, is causing for a slow ride for you. Of course, all of your surface streets are, of course, also congested as well. Peachtree Street, northbound and southbound, you're pretty much slammed between the Beaufort Spring Connector and also Georgia 400 area because the Beaufort Spring Connector is shut down, all because of the I-85 incident. The rest of your interstates, such as 285 westbound, that outer loop right now, you are on the brakes from Roswell Road down to around the South Atlanta area. Also 285 eastbound, all still packed in right now from I-75 over in spots out to Memorial Drive, and in the downtown area on the connector 75-85 southbound, northbound. It's not too bad, just a little bit sluggish between Brookwood and I-20. I'm Veronica Harrell, WSB.
Breaking news in Northeast Atlanta.
I-85 collapses. Atlanta traffic suffers a whopping blow. You heard the breaking news first and accurate on WSB.
Once that fire was going, Mark Aaron was on the air, letting us know where to go, the traffic reporters. I feel bad for the people in downtown stuck, but I was able to avoid it, and so thank you guys so much. Great job.
Depend on us for continuing coverage. Triple Team Traffic. News 95.5 and AM 750 WSB.
Hiring is the most challenging part of my job. It's really hard. The searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 200 plus job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 200 plus job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer. ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer.
There's one candidate for Congress who knows how to hold Washington accountable, John Ossoff.
I'm John Ossoff, and I think Congress could be doing things a lot better. Both parties in Washington waste too much of your money. When I worked there, I helped expose waste and abuse by government contractors. We need stricter oversight and tougher penalties. They need to be held accountable. And there's $16 billion in duplicate programs. That can be cut. I'll work with anybody in Washington who respects your tax dollars.
John Ossoff knows to keep the metro Atlanta economy growing, we need to cut government waste, prioritize high-tech and biotech research, and expand export markets. If there's anybody who can shake up Congress, it's John Ossoff.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. Because Washington should be accountable to you.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Congress.
Hurry into your local Kroger right now for the big weekend sale. There's a hot price alert with incredible deals on family favorites, like select varieties of Powerade for 49 cents each. And you can take home select packages of Johnsonville brats for $2.99. And be sure to grab an 8-count package of Kroger hot dog buns. They're just 77 cents each. Use your Plus card to save big on these and lots more at the weekend sale. Going on now. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
Are you taking time to enjoy the important things in life? Time to spend with family? Time to try new things? Time to have fun? At Kroger, you can have your prescriptions filled while you shop. So it's easy to save money and time with your Kroger pharmacy. And you can get back to the things you love.
If you're living with diabetes, your Kroger pharmacist can help you manage your condition and save on diabetic supplies. See your Kroger pharmacist today.
Visiting my
1 minute,
grandfather's
Herman.
farm outside of Dallas, Georgia, my grandfather knew he could trust the businesses that had the person's name on it because he knew who the person and the family was behind the business.
Growing up in Blue Ridge, a person's name means everything. And when you put your name on your business, that shows commitment to your customers.
We've been saying great things about the name Ragsdale for a long time.
The name Ragsdale symbolizes trust for both of us. It stands for rock solid character. And that's what you get with the man who started Ragsdale 20 years ago.
We have known the folks at Ragsdale for years now. They have been in our homes. It's a name you can trust.
So if the kitchen's flooded, the ceiling fan won't work, or the temperature in your house is not comfortable, call the team of experts at Ragsdale for all your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical needs.
I'm Herman Cain.
And I'm Belinda Skelton.
And we trust Ragsdale and Carrier, the name you know you can trust.
Ragsdale, a premier Carrier dealer. Ragsdale and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Clear.
Welcome back to the Herman Cain Show. If you're stuck in some of that Atlanta traffic, the number to call is 404-872-0750. Looks like Susan is saying that Highway 92 is a mess. Hello, Susan. You're on the Herman Cain Show.
Herman Cain.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Good. I travel every morning, leaving from Woodstock at 7:30 a.m.
Right.
heading east to Tucker, and normally I can get there in an hour. Traffic on 92 was so congested that my halfway point, which is 400,
Right.
Georgia 400, it took me an hour to get that far.
Halfway. Wow.
So I think that a lot of people are avoiding 285 and taking 92 across town.
Right.
And now, thankfully, once I hit 400, it cleared up to normal. So,
When you hit 400, you go north to get to Tucker?
No, you go
South.
You can go directly on 92 from Woodstock
Right.
to Tucker.
Okay.
And when I hit 400, which I crossed 400 is what I mean.
I see.
George. Yeah. Then it opened up, light normal. So it's clear, but probably going the opposite direction this afternoon, it's going to be congested.
Very good. Well, thanks for that heads up, Susan, and drive safely. Pack your patience. I like that, actually. Very good. Hello, Roy. You've got another suggestion for people to consider.
Marta is smarter.
Good. It is. If you can get there. The unfortunate thing is a lot of people don't have access to MARTA, but that is a great idea. MARTA is smarter, folks, if you have access to it. And I know some people do and some people don't, but here in the Atlanta area, it is going to be a nightmare. Now, I would presume, Ashley, that the state agencies are going to be putting warning signs on the parts of the interstates outside of 285 to let people know that it is advised that they go around the city because of all of the backup because of what happened on 85.
You're correct. The DOT does have those overhead signs activated, warning folks miles out from 285
Good.
that is going to be the case with 85 north and southbound, yeah.
That is a good thing. That is very good. So if people are coming through or around Atlanta, they shouldn't necessarily be clueless if they can read. All they got to do is read the signs, and it ought to be a clear indication. But for those people who thought that on their way to Florida, they were going to have a little casual stop in downtown Atlanta and have a nice quiet meal, probably not. Now, one thing that we hadn't talked about, but we know is going to be an issue, and that is the economic impact because of this. We don't have any idea what it is, but you know it's going to impact a lot of businesses downtown. It's going to impact some of the activities downtown. But, hey, let's remember the good news, folks, out of this traffic crisis that we're suffering.
And, Herman, one more thing.
Yes.
Good news. For folks coming out of like Bartow and Cobb counties, 75 southbound is unaffected through northwest Atlanta. So you can take 75 south and meet the downtown connector south through Midtown just fine.
Very good. But the good news, if there is any, folks, nobody was hurt. We ought to celebrate that. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show.
Have you been looking for a lakefront estate or
Hey, it was a pleasure hosting you for a half an hour.
Good. Anytime.